Hello everyone, this is my project, and it will be about The God of Carnage. It's the play that I chose by Jasmine Reza. It was first performed in December 2006. By the way, this play won the Tony Award back in 2009, which is given to a play recognized as excellent in American theater. So let's begin with this. Okay, so let's start off with a quick summary of the play. This performance takes place in Brooklyn. It's about two couples that were having a conversation because one of the couple's son injured the other one. So at first they started off with a nice conversation, trying to figure things up. But then tensions start to rise after they talk for a while. And towards the end, they end up in a fight. This play suggests that it doesn't matter how much we try to avoid it, we're always fighting against anxiety in ourselves. And it just shows how humans are in reality. So as we mentioned before, this play won the Tony Award back in 2009, which is given or recognizes excellence in the American theater. Okay, and so now let's go with the historical and cultural context. This play is set at the start of the 21st century. This play reflects the contemporary social and cultural tensions that we faced in this modern world, modern society. It explores the challenges created by the new parenting styles and overprotectiveness, highlights a time influenced by widespread anxiety and insecurity, reveals the darker sides of human nature, including how we hide our true selves, emphasizes the struggle to avoid facing uncomfortable truths about ourselves. And I think that we all go through this in this modern society, as we always face anxiety in our minds. Every mind is a different world, and yeah, of course, we're always trying to hide our true selves, our true problems, what we honestly think about other people. So this play really refers to what we face as human beings in this modern society. Okay, so now let's meet our main characters, which are the two couples. We're going to start with Alan, who's a lawyer that prioritizes control. Then Annette, who is Alan's wife, tries to maintain a peaceful environment, but she loses patience during the conflict. As we said, in this modern society, we pretend to try to be good people, but at the end of the day, in our minds, we deal with the big conflict, which is ourselves. Michael, who's a businessman, pretends to be a good man, but in reality, he's not, as he talks a lot of crap at people's backs. And Veronica, which is Michael's wife, wants to be and protect her children a lot, but at times that may become a little bit too overprotective as a mother. Like we said, the standards have changed today. Nowadays, we deal with a lot of anxiety as we use cell phones, there's social media, there's a lot of things that really distract our minds. So that creates a lot of anxiety in our minds. And it just reflects on the four characters that we have. They all pretend to be nice and good people, but at the end of the day, they end up in a fight. Okay, after we just talked about the characters, let's go with the overall structure of the play. We know that the name of the play is God of Carnage. It's a one-act play that lasts about an hour and a half with no break. This whole play happens in real time in one room, which makes the tension build up without any pauses. The playwright, Jasmine Reza, uses a quick dialogue and growing arguments instead of changing scenes. The play feels chaotic as the characters go from being polite to attacking each other. This setup keeps the audience hooked and makes the drama feel even stronger. This is, yeah, as we already know, this is a pretty short play, which is something that Jasmine Reza does a lot in her performances, and she also does a lot of conflict and verbal fighting too as well. So that's the overall structure in general. Okay, now let's go over the playwright and dialogue of a play. We already know that at the beginning, the characters in this performance are calm and relaxed. As soon as they start talking, tensions start to rise up. As the play goes on, their conversations start getting more heated. Eventually, things get so intense that it turns into a full-blown argument, like a street fight. This change of being polite to chaotic is just a part of the message that this play offers us, and just refers to, like we said before, like we mentioned before, this modern times, modern society, we try to hide our true selves from other people, but sometimes it just gets on us. It's hard to hide our true selves from other people, from this world, that we end up just exploding and revealing our true selves in front of other people. That's the message that this performance is trying to send us. How we can change from being polite to turning it into literally a street fight, like in this movie play performance, however you want to call it. Okay, so now let's go over what does the play say about the time and period it was lived in. So God of Carnage talks a lot about how relationships and the way people are raised nowadays aren't good enough still, since we act differently under pressure. In this case, pressure could be alcohol, something that we could be dealing with within ourselves. It could be the situation, financial situation, um, just any situation in general that makes us feel uncomfortable. Like we mentioned before, prior to this slide, a lot of times we release our true selves under pressure. We reveal the way we think, the way we act, the way we live life under pressure, under those circumstances. And it just talks how, as humans, we haven't been able to figure that out and clean that out of our minds as people, because it's been happening since uh, many centuries ago. Differently, obviously, because now we face with technology a different stage in history, but it's been happening since a long time ago. Okay, now it's time to talk about the author of this performance. The author is Jasmine Reza. She was born in May 1, 1959, in France. Her plays are pretty famous, including Art and God of Carnage, which, like we mentioned before, won a Tony Award in 2009. Uh, Reza often includes her plays and how we act under pressure and how our human instincts emerge under pressure and under certain situations, like mentioned before. And also, this play explores how people lose control when tensions rise and desperation sets in. And to finish things up, my impression about the play, I honestly think that this play really plays a lot in this modern stage, modern area where we hide our true selves from other people, but all of a sudden, our true selves often emerge as tensions arise. Like I also mentioned before, I believe that we as humans are a different world inside of our heads, and we're constantly fighting against that, against ourselves most of the time, which is a lot of anxiety, self-doubt. And I think that that is caused by the pressures that we face nowadays in this modern society, modern area, where we try to impress other people instead of just being comfortable with ourselves. That leads to all of what we saw in this play, where the characters are constantly fighting themselves because they are afraid to show who they are in reality. But all of a sudden, they get into a fight and they end up showing who they were in reality. That's why I think it plays a lot in this modern society, because I think that we all deal against this monster, which is our own head, which is anxiety, which is self-doubt. Like mentioned before, it helps you reflect a lot on how we live, how we approach other people and society. That is it for my part. Hope you guys enjoy this play, this performance, this summary that I brought to you guys. That's what I think personally to conclude. Hope you guys enjoy it, and thanks for watching.